It's my first Sri Lankan recipe ever, and we're starting with a classic, Brinjal Moju. The thali has been tied, and I am beelining it to the buffet line. It's so good. Several years ago, I attended a Sri Lankan wedding for the first time, and the best part was the food. Sorry to the bride and groom, but truly it was. So much variety, so delicious, and flavors that I'd never experienced before. And one of my favorite dishes that I took away from that experience was this dish called Brinjal Moju, or this Sri Lankan eggplant pickle, which was sour, sweet, spicy. It was just the best. And I knew that for my very first recipe on this channel that was Sri Lankan, that I'd want to share this one with you. So it's really easy to prepare, and the very first thing that we're going to do is prep our eggplant. So I have some beautiful Japanese eggplant here. These eggplant are nice and long, they're firm, and they have this beautiful shiny purple exterior. And all I'm going to do is cut them into 2-inch batons. Now we're going to season the eggplant up with a little bit of turmeric and give them a nice toss to coat. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil over the top, and again we're going to give it a nice mix. So, traditionally speaking, this recipe features deep fried eggplant, and it's so good when it's deep fried, and you can do it. But I know many of us out there are trying to watch our waist, and so what we're gonna do today is air fry this eggplant. So I'm gonna load my air fryer basket up with the eggplant in one even layer. You might have to do this a couple of times. Then we're gonna air fry the eggplant for about 15 minutes at 375 degrees until it's nice and golden. Then I'm gonna transfer it to a bit of paper towel. Now I want to work on the other aromatics that are going to bring this dish to life. So to a large frying pan, I'm going to add a little bit of oil, and once that's nice and hot, I'm going to tip in some cubed red onion and some green chilies, and we're going to saute those off for about 15 to 30 seconds or until the onions are tender crisp. Then I'm going to add in some fragrant curry leaves, and we're going to give those a few seconds to sputter in the pan and get nice and glossy before transferring everything to a paper towel to drain. So I love all the colors that I'm seeing here, the golden eggplant, those red onions, the bright green from the chilies and the curry leaves. And now we're gonna bring everything together with that beautiful pickling vinegar that I was talking about. So I'm going to add some black mustard seed to a mortar and pestle and crush them until they're coarsely ground. Then I'm gonna add in a couple of cloves of garlic, and I'm gonna pound them into the mustard until they're nice and crushed. We're gonna season things up with a little bit of chili powder, some sugar, white vinegar, and salt to taste, and I'm gonna mix this well until the sugar is dissolved. Now we're gonna bring everything together. So I'm gonna place my eggplant in a bowl and top it off with my onions, chilies, and curry leaves. Now we're gonna take this beautiful pickling vinegar and pour it all over the top and give it a nice toss to coat. And just like that, our Brinjal Moju is ready. This eggplant looks so glossy and delicious. I'm gonna grab a little bit of onion, the eggplant, some curry leaves, the chilies, maybe for a little later on because I know they're really spicy. I'm telling you, the thali has been tied, and I am beelining it to the buffet line. It's so good. I'm just gonna say it outright. Sri Lankan food is so gosh darn tasty. This brings me back to that wedding several years ago. The eggplant is so tender, but it does have a little bit of fried quality to it, which is so nice. And we didn't even have to deep fry it. The air frying did the trick. And then you have the crunch of the onions, you have the heat of the chilies coming through, the combination of the mustard and the garlic and that beautiful pickling vinegar with sugar is just absolutely irresistible. So this is my very first Sri Lankan dish on the channel. It won't be my last. Pair this with rice, a few curries on the side, and you're absolutely set. Enjoy, you guys.